Well, this morning we are joined by Oklahoma City Mayor David Holt for our weekly chats.
Mayor Holt, good morning. Thanks for joining us.
Sure, good morning.
Well, it was a big day for you a week ago at your State of the City, where you did have, the big news about the push to get a public vote on a new home, a new arena for the Thunder. Can you kind of tell us how that's going to play out? When would you like to see the vote happen?
Sure. Well, as I laid out last week, there is a sense of urgency. We have ended our long-term lease with the Thunder that was signed in 2008, and it was 15 years long, and we're now in a short-term lease. So there's a little sense of urgency there that we want to maintain that relationship. We want to have that relationship for the long run. We want to at least preserve it for another generation. And to do that, as I laid out for all the reasons in my speech, we really have to have a new arena. And so there is a sense of urgency. And so we expect to have a proposal for the people of Oklahoma City to consider by the end of summer. I define summer in the technical sense, which is late September. And then that would lead to a vote of the people by the end of this year. So that's kind of the timeline. And as I said, it's just pretty vitally important, and it's also continuing something that we've done for 100 years. This would be the fourth arena we've built since 1927, and our voters have approved it every time, and they've done so because it's been kind of the centerpiece of our city's quality of life infrastructure. The arena is where so many things happen that define the quality of life in our city, and now we have the added incentive of Major League Professional Sports. And as I said in my speech, we can do this without raising taxes. The team is going to make a significant contribution to the project. And so we really think that there's a win-win shaping up here for everybody.
Everybody's talking about it. We know that. Okay, also want to talk to you, Mayor, about Oklahoma City animal welfare. It fully reopened this week for adoptions and taking in animals after a very long closure. They've had such a difficult year so far. What can the community do to help out OKC animal welfare?
Really simple answer to that: adopt an animal. And as you said, we've had a really challenging year with 2 closures caused by an outbreak of a virus. But I would just continue to strongly encourage people in our community to bring home a pet from the Oklahoma City Animal Shelter. Our dog, Logan, is a one-time resident of the Oklahoma City Animal Shelter, and he brings so much love into our life. So that's the number one thing people can do, is adopt an animal from the Oklahoma City Animal Shelter, and you will have so much love in your life that you will wonder why you waited so long. And that would be the biggest thing we can do. That the shelter is at capacity and or over capacity, and we need that help. And we do have help on the way with a new shelter in MAPS 4. But in the meantime, talk about win-wins. It's a win-win if you would go down there and find somebody to be a part of your family. And I guarantee you they're waiting for you, and it'll be a win-win for you and the shelter, and certainly the animal.
Boy, those animals melt your heart. Mayor Holt, thanks for joining us this morning. We appreciate it.
Absolutely. Have a great day.
You too.